Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. Sometime this week we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have a special guest that hasn't been on the beer review in a long time. I'll be reintroducing him. But anyway, for right now, you have me. And what beer are we going to drink? I have 3 beers beside me. I have 2 beers down there on the floor. I have 4 beers right there. I want to drink these 8 beers over the next 3 days. This will be the next one. So we will be drinking a beer from Kingston, from Gananoque Brewing. Gananoque Brewing Company. This is their Naughty Otter Lager, which is 5.2% alcohol. It says water, barley, hops, and yeast are the ingredients. Serve chilled and enjoy. Well, it's not chilled. Sorry, guys, at Gananoque. Beer is not chilled. I do know they were contract brewing for quite some time. Some of it was being contract brewed right here in Niagara Falls. I do believe now it is in its own brewery. There's 2 date stamps on here. But they're both for the same day. So, I'm sure one does not have one can that was sent to the LCBO must not be labeled. So this was actually picked up at the LCBO in St. Catharines. For those of you that do not know, when you're in the St. Catharines area, the King Street LCBO in St. Catharines is the mecca of craft beer in the region. Smallest LCBO there is. It's on King, so it's close to a lot of things you don't want to be near, like the bus shelter and the methadone clinic and everything else. But the best craft beer section is at that LCBO. Every time I go in, I spend almost $100 on beer, and most of the time it's all beer I have not had. And that's hard to find for me, and this was one of them. Naughty Otter is the flagship beer from our Gananoque brewery, nestled deep in Ontario's beautiful Thousand Islands. Okay, the rest of it goes on to tasting notes and stuff that I don't care to read. Yeah. So we've blabbered on way too long. Let's get to the beer. I do like the can. I do like the can design. This is one of those breweries that I've tried to contact many a time, both for the beer festival, for Beerumentary, just for questions. I've probably sent him 6 or 7 emails. I even talked to him on Facebook about a problem he was having with Hydro One and Hydro Ontario, and I asked him to give me details so we could talk about it on Beer Dweebs United. He said, "Email me and I'll answer you." And yeah, he never answered any emails I've ever sent. Ever. And it's just, well, super clear, golden color, bright white head. Almost has that actual, like, didn't drink enough water or urine look. And I do bring that up because I bring that up a lot with macro beers, and macro drinkers are always like, "You would never say that about a craft beer." Sure I would. I don't fucking care if it's craft or macro. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me, okay? Fuck you. Smell. Okay, now I've been looking forward to trying this beer for about 2 years now. And I think the problem is that I've looked forward to trying it for 2 years now. Little grassy scent, nice, like a Pilsner-esque scent. Little, almost like a clover honey smell. And a slight touch of butteriness mixing in with that clover honey. It could just be on my nose. Might not be in the beer itself. And again, this isn't chilled per se. It is basement temperature. It's -6 outside. My upstairs is at 16, so down here would probably be about 12. So this is probably sitting in the 12 area. I keep my house cold when the kids aren't around, okay? Cheers. Very light-bodied, very easy to drink. Very Pilsner-esque. Grassy and spicy on the back end. No, spicy is probably not the right word. Grassy and like zesty, I guess, would be more the word for it on the back. And just mild maltiness up at the forefront. It's a very easy drinking beer. If this was ice cold, I could probably just chug the whole can back. At cellar temperature, I can sip it perfectly fine. Again, very light bodied, light carbonation too. Again, this just flies down your throat, and if this was cold, this would really just fly down your throat. This is one of those beers, and there's very few I would ever think of saying this for, but this is one of those craft beers that I could see on Molson's Sub-Zero tap. I mean, this is the beer that you get it right at zero, and it's not going to take much away from it because there's not much flavor to begin with, and that's not a diss to you, okay? People get all worked up. What are you saying? My beer has no flavor. It's a lager. It's a lower ABV. It's an average ABV lager. It's light-bodied and easy drinking. There's not a huge amount of flavor. There's flavor, but there's not a huge amount, and making it ice cold won't really be a detriment to it because you're not going to take away much at all. If anything, you might help it because you'll hide that very slight buttery taste. There's nothing wrong with the beer, though. There really isn't. Gananoque's Naughty Otter. Give it a 7 out of 10. I could drink it all day long if I really had to. It would have to be cold, but I could drink it all day long. I'd put it in the same boat as something like, say, Hop City's Barking Squirrel, where it's a nice little beer that's easy drinking, accessible to a lot of people with some flavor and a little bit of hops. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Have a splendiferous time. Naughty Otter from Gananoque Brewing. Bye-bye. Oh, we gotta pull you. I can't even reach. I should get the camera out so I can just do it from far away.